2 of the night of House Party 5v5, Top Lane Buffet versus Hands of God. My name's Dave. With me is Ansem for Champ Select. Fortunately, our casters are not going to be able to cast the game as we are all kind of busy, but we're going to go ahead and go through the game and give you at least an analyst during Champ Select. Bans coming out, Fiddlesticks, Hecarim, Diana coming out from Hands of God. I think the Hecarim is definitely a worthy ban after General Sprocket showing a good showing of that in the jungle. Even though it was jungle Hecarim, I even had doubts at the start. But very interesting, fun to watch. I love it when Hecarim's able to just 100-0 a champion. It's always fun to watch, see that happen. Kalista, LeBlanc, Gnar, expected to come out. Kalista definitely expected ban. Gnar, you know, Ginger plays it, very interesting to see, but overall, great champion. Yeah, the Diana ban was the one I was
where's that being targeted at?
I think I was targeted at Kama.
That's an interesting choice because he hasn't been playing mid. So, not sure exactly who he was going for there, but
yeah, and Cho'Gath, first pick coming over from Top Lane Buffet. I love Cho'Gath in the mid lane.
I love Cho'Gath in the hands of Jaren. That
and the
was
hands
scary. that was a scary thing to see. Even though his team lost, the amount of work that he did on that champion, top lane, Hands of God really got to be careful.
Alright, so update. Actually, we can have a caster. Deck is here with me today.
Hey guys.
Well, he's going to join us Champ Select halfway through, but we'll be able to cast this game and go ahead and get that out of the way. The Gragas Thresh coming over from Hands of God. The Gragas pick. I was expecting a ban for it, to be honest. After the first game of how prominent the Gragas was in the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Gragas is easily like top #1 jungler right now. I'd put him ahead of Sejuani almost definitely. If only because Sejuani's early game is weaker than his, and he is much more versatile in his ability to play. Like, he's tanky, he's got lots of damage, he's got utility, he's just everywhere.
Yeah, and I mean, it was pretty obvious if you watched any games from MSI that Gragas and Rek'Sai are basically the top 2 junglers at the moment. There's almost no one really at the foot, besides maybe Nunu or say Sejuani, but at the moment Rek'Sai and Gragas are the top 2 junglers within that patch. But ever since the last patch, there was a slight nerf, and the Cinderhulk nerf kind of hit Rek'Sai a little bit. Granted, she was more built with the warrior and like say solo queue, but competitively she was built more based around the damage coming out from the Cinderhulk. She was more based around the Cinderhulk and competitive compared to the warrior enchantment. So definitely an interesting change. And on top of that, there was her Q got nerfed, I believe. Yeah, her Q got like a percentage nerf, so she doesn't do as much damage and can't really clear the jungle as fast as she could before. So
She still does put out a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, she's still. I mean, she's still definitely strong. I don't think she's out of the meta or even not even top tier anymore. But compared to how she was picked in MSI, where it was you either got Gragas or Rek'Sai, I still think that a few junglers can maybe contend for those picks. The Kama Flare Katarina. Oh boy, I'm excited to see if that's actually accurate.
I
mean,
it.
I guess
I will weigh in after.
If it gets locked in, I'll be excited to see. I'm actually excited to see the Rengar pick too, because you never know. After how General Sprocket played the last game, with how much he went in, like as much as he went in, I'm definitely excited to see if how that goes down.
Okay, so why we all know about the computer switch that unfortunately had to happen with Kama Flare, and he's on a lower end machine and he can't play Katarina. I just remembered that after he hovered trolled last game. So it's Yeah, not quite a possibility for him.
All right. All right, and the Cassiopeia going over to Luna's. He put off a really good showing there. Last week. With his Cassiopeia pick, so I'm kind of excited to see him play it again. Ginger playing the Mundo, something we haven't really seen that much against Jaren in the top lane against the Cho'Gath. That's like two big tanks, but they both put a surprising amount of damage overall. When you think of a top laner tank, Cho'Gath, playing more than mid lane here and there, and being able to build AP and actually do a lot of damage, where Mundo cleavers end up doing a surprising amount. When it comes to the mid game, early game. So I'm excited to see how that goes out. But Camouflage going with the Morgana in the mid lane and Milkshake on the Nautilus in the bot side. Excited to see how this goes down for top lane buffet. They have a lot of lockdown with the Nautilus, Morgana, and if you throw on top of that the silence and knockup from Cho'Gath, you have a lot of lockdown. So Rengar can just go in, pop a few people, and maybe survive. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you've got like the perfect scenario where you lock someone down with a Morgana Q and he's just allowed to just dive straight on them. And if they dive onto him, they can dive into a Cho'Gath Q.
Yeah. It ends up being a pretty even trade. The only problem that Rengar might have if he dives onto the enemy team, he has to be very careful who he dives onto. And he has to make sure to dodge the Cassiopeia ult because, Rengar is really relying on sitting in your face, autoing you, and looking at you. And if Cassiopeia was able to catch him at the right moment, she might actually be able to stun him up. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. I would say it would be kind of difficult for Rengar to really drop on someone, especially Cassiopeia, or if Cassiopeia is around.
They've got the Cass and the Gragas, so you gotta pick your time to go in real carefully.
Yeah, you get to hope she blows the ult beforehand. But excited to see how this all goes down. Yeah. Overall, we're going to take a quick short break right before the game starts. And we'll get back to you in just a hot second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 2 of the Series 2 of the night of House Party 5v5 Playoffs, Round 2. A lot of twos. This is Top Lane Buffet versus Hands of God. With me today, I have my good friend, Just a Base. Great person. Love this
Hello,
guy.
everyone.
We're going to go ahead and jump right into this game. I really like these chroma skins. I have to take a note of this because it's the second
Lucian.
one I've seen today. Yeah, right? I'm a
Yeah,
big fan
before
of-
that we had black and yellow Lucian.
Yeah, Black Union. All right, sorry. I got that song stuck in my head. Yeah, I mean, like the blue one's really cool looking too. I mean, and the yellow one, red. I mean, I don't know. I love the idea of having these chroma skins compared to just releasing a skin that you know is just kind of like a recolor.
Yeah, at least it's more honest.
Yeah, you know, they're like, yeah, we know we've been just recoloring, so here you could buy them all for X amount of RP. Great position. So,
I really like team comps. I like how polarized they are.
yeah.
Because on one hand, you have the team with Rengar, Nautilus, Morgana, Cho'Gath that wants all four of those people to just sort of be in and just cause as much havoc as they can with CC and slows and Rengar ripping your face off before you realize what happened. And then on the other team, you have like the most calm and collected team comp you could ever see. It's like we have a nice, solid late-game tank top laner. We've got a really strong tank jungler who provides some solid disruption. We've got a mage mid lane that just does crazy damage. We've got a solid early mid-game ADC to help us get to the late game. And we've got Thresh, he's Thresh. Everyone knows Thresh. He's Thresh.
Yeah, the thing with Thresh though is that you can basically play him however way you want. You can either play him as this like aggressive playmaking, you know, AD or support, or you can play him as a carry or protect. The
A
carry,
lantern saving.
lantern saving, or you can play a mixture of both, or you can play neither of those. I mean, someone made a good thread on Reddit a while back of how the difference between 1,000 game Thresh and a 100 game Thresh is just unbelievably different. And I mean, it just shows that the champion has just such a weird, like, his kit is based around there being so many different play styles for him, which is great. I love it. So, Hook coming up
Ooh.
from Elbows was just missing.
Right between
Play
the
actually
nice-
hitting. He coming out from Wumple trying to do as much damage as he can to Wobad, but Milkshake actually doing a good amount of return damage. Good trade coming out from Hands of God, taking advantage of that level 2 that they're able to do there. Hopefully, Wobad popping his pot as well as Milkshake trying to get back into the lane. They are now level 2 now, so they actually have probably a better aggressive, you know, playstyle here. They might be able to take back control of this bot side.
As far as the top lane goes, I'm slightly disappointed we didn't see Mundo take Smite. I thought I had forgotten during the loading screen that he had Flash instead of Smite, and when I saw the health crystal, I'm like, yes, we're gonna have this huge Cinder Hulk Mundo. But no. No.
That was
Against a
little
matchup
disappointing as well.
where-
Sprocket going on to Sala in the jungle as well. He's actually in the bush. He might actually be able to do a good amount of return damage here. Oh, the flash coming out from Sala. Coming out as well. And that is first blood go over to General Sprocket. Comet coming in there to try to save him, but, you know, kind of a return kill going over to Luna's. The only downside here is Luna's actually got double buffs off that kill.
I would say worth for Gragas there.
Yeah, because he got an assist as well as getting double buffs for his mid laner.
Yeah,
Um,
blue buff on Cassiopeia is so good. You can just E for free forever.
Yeah, and Gage going on the bot side. Milkshake actually trying to walk up and trying to do something, but he just kind of walks around. Top lane is, I feel like the fact that he doesn't have Smite, even if he did have Smite, it's just going to turn into a farm fest. It's its island right now.
There
Let's
is
just put
there
it in
is
its
kill
island.
potential at exactly level 6 for Cho'Gath. If Cho hits 6 first and has managed to like shout Mundo into submission, there's a possibility of Mundo getting Rupture consumed. But
Maybe.
that's not likely. Rupture
No.
Feast, rather. It's not Nunu.
I mean, technically, it's about the
Yeah,
same
the
thing.
word is appropriate. Its usage as a
Yes.
skill is inaccurate.
All right. General Sprocket coming down the bot side. Milkshake being really aggressive here, locking down Hellbizzle. There's no easy kill here. He does have flash, but not going to get out of that one. Sprocket with another kill. Top lane gate coming out for Sala. We were just talking about this
Yeah,
being
he's
a
dead.
farm fest, but you know, it's definitely not a farm fest now.
That was a remarkably clean gank on both sides. I'm a flare. That's Cassiopeia. That's how her E works. Ooh, and
I look away for 1 second and I come back to see Cassiopeia just sitting there doing Cassiopeia things.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. She did Cassiopeia things all over me, and I died.
What do I do? She kept on fanging me. Like what? What am I?
Yeah,
supposed to
that was like 8 E's, and all it really mattered was that she hit both of her Qs. She hit
Alright,
2
did you-
straight Qs and 8
Did
E's.
you know that if a snake bites something, it has the ability to actually inject the venom, but it actually can decide if it wants to inject the venom. So it can just continue biting you over and over again and never really inject the venom, because it's based off of a part of the tooth, and the way it works is if sometimes the venom can actually get through if they break the tip of the fang, because it's like kind of at the tip of the fang. But I always thought that was interesting that a
Snake
if it-
information
Yeah, I
with
mean,
Dave and Base.
All right. Wumple getting caught by the hook there, but a lot of return damage coming up from Wumple on Hellbizzle. I think Wobad and Milkshake just
Yeah.
don't want to walk away. But anyway,
Milkshake and
let's get- yeah.
Equalizes need to be a little bit careful because Hellbizzle's had the opportunity to back and has a ton more consumables. He's up a health crystal. He's got plenty of wards, and any trade that is even is actually in the favor of Hellbizzle and Wumple.
Yeah. So I want to get back to my my snake information. That guy stopped me halfway through. Just kind of get.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. You're trying to educate the public.
Well, I mean, they're trying to like stop me from providing this information. But the reason why I think it's interesting is because Cassiopeia continues doing twin fangs. That's kind of like a bite thing, so kind of makes sense, right? And twin fangs actually doesn't poison you either.
I'm going to interrupt you again, but this time it's more important because we have a 7-minute Sword of the Occult on Rengar.
Oh wow.
He didn't even
Oh,
want to finish his
baby.
jungle item. He's like, I'm just going to upgrade it so I get the gold, and then we're going full damage, boys.
That's exactly what I like to see from a Rengar. Definitely not a sword of gold. I like seeing a full damage Rengar. Tank Rengar when it was a thing in the top lane and the jungle, it's just never any fun, right? Like,
No,
just
no,
boring to
Rengar was
watch.
miserable.
It was
Jaren,
Jaren.
that's a Mundo. He's dead.
oh.
Well,
I hate when I make comments like, Sprocket coming in the bot lane. That is a dead Wumple. Please.
Oh, and he's out of there.
The lantern.
and that's why Thresh is the worst champion.
Right?
That was like the most dead Graves, and then he just got lanterned half a lane away.
Man, that
Oh,
was
it's
very
so
unfortunate.
frustrating. How can Rengar snowball like this?
Right?
How's he supposed to get those juicy stacks?
Yeah, he needs those stacks on his passive and the Sword of the Occult. So he needs to start getting some kills. Ginger just taking advantage of this top lane. I made the comment of how this is just gonna be a farm fest top lane, but I was proven wrong.
I mean, once like a tank like Mundo gets ahead, there's so little you can do. Especially just Ginger's done an excellent job hitting a ton of his infected cleavers, and that makes the chase easy as pie.
Yep, and Jaren actually doing a lot of return damage here, but all coming out from Ginger and, back to full HP, like Mundo should. Or not how Mundo should, but on how Mundo works, right?
Oh, come on, you can take that dragon. Salah just pulled off a really nice gank bot. Thank you. He's gonna do it. He forced
good.
he forced the first back out of Equalizes and Milkshake, which, although it didn't get a kill, got them the first dragon, which is really, really nice, because that 6% APAD on a champion like Cassiopeia, who, like we saw, often casts like 8+ spells to kill someone, that's a lot of bonus damage, even rank 1.
Yeah, and especially when our kit's based around getting this free like 50% AP or whatever, 25%. I can't. I don't
30?
know
I think
this
it's just
off the top.
actually a death cap.
Yeah, it's basically a free death cap. So having a free death cap on top of 6% AP, yeah, that's a lot of free damage that you get out in the end. Hellbizzle, the forward bush, looking for somebody to be a little bit more aggressive. Milkshake, oh no, he walks out of the bush. Milkshake saw him. Very unfortunate for him. In reference to items, Wobatter equalizes actually has a BF and a pickaxe versus a BF, and actually out farming Wumple on the bot side. This game is not as far off as it seems. I mean, Ginger's up 2 kills, but in relevance to gold, they're only 1,000 gold down and the dragon down. So they might be able to do something. But Sprocket coming in one more time, but this time the rush cannot save him this time. That's a kill going over to Yushin, and that's a kill going over to Rengar, and that is 8
3
stacks,
stacks, boys.
8 stacks. We're gonna go for the counter here. We need a counter in
Weapons
the top left corner,
straight
just
to the
how many
bank.
stacks he has. But
Luna's build is also interesting. Cassiopeia is a champion who, like, so many items are good on because she does so much. She does a ton of damage, so you want to build damage, but she also has the potential to provide a lot of utility. But the, like, first item, Hextech Revolver Rush, is not
Right.
something that is that commonly seen because she already has
free
basically spell vamp in her kit
Yeah.
from her passive. She's currently getting like 22 health back from each E. So I think attempting to rush either a Zhonya's to try and counter the Rengar or a Luden's to abuse your E is a better decision. Because
Yeah.
you're sacrificing a lot of the lane pressure that you were able to get with those 2 early kills by spending the gold on 12% spell vamp instead of just going for straight AP.
And it turns out to be a surprising amount of damage they get from the spell vamp, and on top of having your E spell vamp, like you said, it just turns into just a lot of free HP off of just spamming your spells. And on a champion where you rely so heavily on hitting a poison and then just continue, like you said, you cast so many spells within your rotation that like having that spell vamp turns out to be a lot. Equalize is kind of in a bad spot. Hook going out
Got
actually
him.
hitches him. He might go in, but he decides not to.
Oh,
Hellbizzle's
Hellbizzle's in
the
trouble.
binding. That's a lot of damage coming out from Wobat, and Hellbizzle's there. I mean, Hellbizzle's getting low there. Be a little bit careful.
God, top lane Cho'Gath is the most annoying thing on this earth. Like, I enjoy playing tanks. I love playing Maokai, I love playing Mundo. But when a champion's passive actually just reads, you can stay in lane forever as long as you don't miss CS, I feel
Sprock's
sickened.
on the bot side. Roche kind of in trouble here. Hooks onto Sala. Sala ults Combo Player into the tower. Wobad has to run. Luna is chasing him. Hits, does not even hit the Q. Jaren's coming out, maybe hopefully be able to save his teammate, but maybe not. And Jaren needs to be careful here because he might die as well. Oh, that's a lot of damage. coming out.
Yeah, he's
on
gone.
top of the
Oh, yeah,
Gragas.
okay.
Oh man, that was close. We actually missed the bot side. General
I
Sprocket
saw
tried
that.
to go in,
It was really,
and-
really close. Sprocket had
Yeah.
like 300 HP left at the end of it. But flash heal burned from Wumple, while Sprocket didn't even flash. I mean, it was down. That's why he didn't flash. But
Yeah,
that was an
gonna
unfortunate
look
one
for-
for one.
he's gonna look for
Sure.
another one of those, and I feel like once we get to the team fighting stages, if he's able to pick off Wumple off the side, they might be able to win fights. Maybe, hopefully.
I mean, based on how useless Wumple is at the moment, he's actually been keeping up quite nicely in CS, but as compared to the 401 Cassiopeia, I'm pretty sure Luna needs to immediately build a Zhonya's, because she should almost certainly be the Rengar ult target every fight. If you
I mean,
can
yeah,
100-0 the
yeah.
Cassiopeia and just remove Trifying Gaze from the fight,
I
it's gonna be
definitely-
much,
I
much
agree with
easier.
that. I really think they need to focus on taking out that Cassiopeia. And if they do, that's going to be turned into a lot. And Milkshake gets. Oh, and the hook coming out and saves him. You know, you hit the wall with the hook like that from Nautilus, and it just works out so well.
That's the second
That's my
canceled
favorite
TP from Gingerfied.
Sprocket going on Wumple one more time.
No, he's got the tower. Never mind. He's
Oh, can he get out of this? And he does. 12 stacks. I repeat, 12 stacks.
okay. So, if anyone ever plays against General Sprocket in literally any game of League of Legends ever in their life, and they can ban things, ban Rengar. Do you want
Yeah,
this to
right.
happen to you? I feel ill. I feel ill, Dave.
It's scary because just think about it. If you get 5 items or at least 3 items on Rengar in the mid game, I mean he's going Hydra next item. He's gonna go in and just
I think that's-
destroy you. It's very interesting to watch. And Luna is going for the invade of the jungle, try to get as much. Ginger clearing out the Scuttle Crab in the top side. Dragon is up. I feel like that's what they're going for here. Wobad's
Hydra's
there,
gonna be doing a lot of
Season.
work.
Sprocket's actually here as well too. He does have ult, so he needs to be pretty careful here. Help us
Wumple's
looking
nowhere
pretty low
near.
for this.
This is very dangerous.
That is a locked up Lunas. He is low, and that is all coming out from Nautilus, and that is a dead. And as well as that, Sprocket's actually able to steal the Dragon combo flare coming in around the backside. Ginger, low HP.
Oh
hook coming
my
on the
God.
side. Lantern flashes over the wall. Wobad coming in as well. Wumple there in the right spot. He needs to be very careful. Flash go back over the wall. Oh man! Wow, just everyone's just going over this wall, right? Knockup coming along, the hook hitting as well. That is a 1-team fight for top lane Buffet.
Yeah, that was very uncoordinated. So
It's all over the place, right?
yeah, the fight started when Wumple was at about half HP from tanking the dragon, and then Lucian culled in order to force them off of it. But what happened was that Cassiopeia tried to zone, while Sala tried to burn down the dragon, and as we can see, he failed. He smited about like 80 HP early, so it was really, really close. But it wasn't enough, and so Luna's got Nautilus ulted and then blown up, and by the time Wumple showed up, because when they were taking the dragon, he was just running out of base. By the time he showed up, they had already lost positioning, and an excellent, excellent dredge line from Milkshake interrupted the lantern. That was really cool to watch.
I love that. It's like reminded me of that one Korean player that made a front page when Nautilus was becoming big as support, and he played against Blitzcrank in solo queue, and every time the Blitzcrank hooked him, he was able to hit the dredge line and hit the wall and just laughed afterwards. That was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, sitting under tower, being the Blitzcrank hook, and then dragging yourself out of it. It's like with Ezreal E or Tristana's rocket jump.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see happen. Luna's Hellbizz Wumple surrounding this mid lane. They're like, alright, well, we lost that dragon fight. We are probably ahead. We're going to try and make as much of it as we can. Sprocket ulted as well. Let's see if
Wumple,
we can
no.
go on anyone. That is... Oh, no. Oh, the Petrified Green is going out too, but the Black Shield...
It was
coming
the
up
Black
was
Shield.
Perfect. Solid coming in as well. Need to be very careful here. Wobag eating into the fight. Milkshake right in the middle. Gingerfied coming from the side. That is a dead Nautilus. Go back to see where you came from. Camouflage hitting the bind on Ginger, stopping him in his tracks. And Hands of God just looking to go down the mid lane. Take a tower. Jaren getting hooked as well. Uh-oh, he needs to be very careful here, but that is a tanky Cho'Gath. Sprocket to the side. Ginger is on top of him. He needs to be very careful as well. The Lantern coming out. Wumple. Uh-oh. Wobad. Well, the Lantern comes... Wumple actually takes the Lantern. Equalize is dead. That is a dead Lucian as well.
That was a
Right with his life.
perfect ult from Sala.
Yeah.
Forced Nautilus into the team, removed the ultimate from the fight, which means that they had no way of getting onto Cassiopeia and Graves because they'd already tried to use On the Hunt from Rengar and got nothing. And with this comp, you can't afford to burn all of your engage like that. Without that, the only way you have of starting a fight is if Morgana hits a binding onto a carry or Cho'Gath hits a rupture. And since neither of those happened, the traditional team comp just won out. Hellbizzle hit a hook, and the follow-up was there. Gingerfied has 2 items. He's got Warmogs and Randuin, so he doesn't care about turrets. He had
Sprocket
ultimate.
coming out with the ult as well as the ult going on to Wumple Lantern as well. They are trying to find someone, at least someone, but that does not mean much. Sprocket going in, Can he hit the E? He does hit it, but he gets back off. The rest of the team is there. That is a binding hit as well as.
She's dead.
That is a dead.
No!
No, that is not the spell vamp, whatever, something, and that is a knowledge. So Ginger going on top of the team. Camouflage needs to be very careful here. Dodges the one suitcase. Does not dodge the second one. Need to be very careful here. Jaren come in to help us.
Ginger Five's gonna get
That's
in.
another finding, and that is a dead Mundo with all the
This.
I mean,
Oh,
what
Sal's
defense
coming
it
around
does
from the
have.
side.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the ultimate there.
The ult is
Helvis
engaged.
and Wumple.
Hopefully they all get out. Yes, and they all lived
They did
happily
get out.
ever after. That was so chaotic.
Yeah, that was a just long, drawn out fight.
Yeah, that was a little bit greedy going for the second tier 2 tower top lane, but they felt confident enough, I guess, to go for it. And they didn't get punished that hard. They won for one, right? Oh
Yeah.
no, Wumple, no! Wumple, no! No!
Wumple, what are you talking about? I just see a dead Graves.
God, have mercy on his soul.
I mean, if I ever play carry against a Rengar and the Rengar gets fed, it just turns into, man, I don't know.
Yeah, no, playing literally any ADC against like Riven or Fiora or Rengar is just awful because the second they enter the fight, you're just immediately screaming in blind terror until they're dead.
Yeah. And Dragon coming up at 37 seconds, so they really need to prepare for this, hopefully, and I'm hoping Top Lane Buffet is actually going to be able to come down here as well. 10 stacks.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
both-
10 stacks on the Sword of the Occult.
Both top laners have their teleports up, and Jaren finally finished his Rod of Ages a little while ago. He's got 8 stacks, so it's basically fully charged, and he's working towards both. He's got a Kindle Gem for Spirit Visage and a Glacial Shroud for Frozen Heart, which that's 40% CDR. That's what he wanted. 40%
Yeah.
CDR.
Yeah, the one thing to note here is that they're only 1k gold behind. And it's only 12 to 12. One dragon to one dragon. So even if they and you also gotta keep in mind that Camouflare and Wobat are right next to the dragon, so they might be able to maybe steal this, but Paw's coming out hopefully.
Yeah. Thrill of the Hunt is up. So if
Yeah.
Sprocket Sprocket has the dragon timer. He could
And
ult and run towards there and pounce from outside, and they wouldn't be able to stop him.
The only problem is that there's a pink ward there, but by the time he jumps in, it's like-
Once you're in,
yeah,
you're in.
You're in.
And I mean,
Alright.
you'll have a 5-stack Ferocity, Rengar Q plus Smite. It's pretty hard to beat that burst unless you like ult as Gragas.
True. And one thing to keep a note of, he does already have his 5 stacks, but there's also a pink ward in the bottom side of the jungle from Hands of God, so they might see him coming and be careful if they see him.
Yeah, that's a good point. This comp is like so silly coming out from blue side. Just the amount of targeted skill shot lockdown is disgusting. Because if you get hit by like a Morg Q or a Rengar bind, then you're gonna get hit by like 3 other skill shots and just die immediately.
Yeah, but it looks like Sprocket's gonna bypass that pink ward, which is the correct move here. Hopefully, and the dragon goes over to Hands of God, but that's only the second dragon where Top Lane Buffet got the first one. Took me a second. Knockout coming over to Luna's, the Lantern saving them, the TP coming out from Ginger as well. Hopefully, looks like tower is already down. Second tier tower is already down, so they're probably looking for either going to the spot side or in some way.
It
forcing
would
a hit
definitely be
tower.
much safer to push bot, given that
Yeah.
bot's tier 1 outer is still up and bot is pushing in. So they need to make something happen, because just by staying here, they're losing a significant amount of farm. That wave is, yeah, just about to die to tower and start pushing back.
Yeah, they finally got that pink ward, which is pretty helpful for Sprocket, so they can't see him coming. Even with the question or exclamation point above your head, it's still like as soon as you see that, it's almost too late. And I think Sprocket's taking advantage of that. He's like going right in immediately. He's not waiting at all. Milkshake getting hit by the 1 suitcase. Let's see, 2 suitcases. And they're trying to be really aggressive here. Hook coming out does not hit the ultimate.
That's bad.
Wow.
You have to leave now.
Whiffed Gragas ultimate.
Both waves are pushing. You just lost Gragas ulti.
Yeah.
This
They
is
need to be
like
very
a
careful
really
here.
risky stay.
Very risky coming over from Hands of God. Like you said, top lane is pushing into the top tower as well as bottom side.
Yeah, that's a lot of
They
gold
need
that
to
you'd
go
be
for another
getting.
tower.
Either
way.
Oh wow. That tier's got to be close, right? Yeah. It's 30 mana off, and she's already got the blasting wand. So Luna should have a Seraph's Embrace very shortly, which combined with the oh no, Luna.
Uh-oh.
Zhonya's. Can she get the ult?
Oh,
what?
and the hook hitting him. Milkshake going in with the kill. No, you know what? That's worth it in my books. Even if it goes over the Milkshake. That is one more stack onto Sprocket's sort of being cold. That is a great
That was-
tower as well. Hook going on, hitting Help as well. Solid coming in, trying to get into the backline. A lot of damage going on to Wobad. They be very careful here. The ultimate coming out from Camouflage. Sprocket getting flashed into Gingerfy, which is a super bad idea, but Jaren getting beaten up by Wumple. You know, Bakia stopped everyone. Giant Jurassic Park, man. And
That looked
it looked
that looked
promising
like-
at first.
buggy as hell. The cast ult firing the wrong direction.
It must have been a misclick.
Yeah. That's
I
really
think-
sad.
I think everyone's done it at least once, but Hands of God going for the Baron.
Yeah,
They do have
that's
a pink ward on it.
totally free.
Yeah. But the dead Sprocket. The one mistake that top lane buffet made was the Sprocket flashed into Ginger on the side, thinking no one was over there, and Ginger was like, hello, and taught him how, you know, how to start
Taught him how to
business.
do
He didn't want to
business.
listen. Yeah, right? I love that skin.
Oh, it's so good. Undo
Right.
file. Oh wow. Ravenous Hydra done for Rengar. Although he is down to 6 stacks, so
Man.
the AoE damage off of his Qs won't be nearly as immense as it once was.
Yeah, they really need to buff sort of the occult, because
What?
when you... Well, the reason why I say that, because if you compare it to Morello, I think it's 12 stacks you get on Morello, and it's
Oh, you mean
gold efficient.
you
Whereas
mean
I think,
Magi's? Magi's.
Yeah,
It's-
Magi's, not Morello's. Magi's.
I do not know the numbers anymore. I want to say it's 8. I know that it used to be 4 before they made it start at 5.
Yeah. But I think it was... Oh, no. It's 8 for Magi's, where it's gold efficient. And on Sword of Colt, I think it's 12. And plus the 20 stack Sword of Colt isn't really that beneficial. What is it?
It's like 20% attack
20?
speed, I want to say.
Yeah, attack speed,
Yep.
which I guess for Rengar it's not bad, but for like an ADC is really not. So unless you're like Vayne or Tristana, that's the only
Oh,
two
boy.
ADCs I can think of.
They have no way to clear this. This is exactly the... Oh,
Or do
there's
they?
no... They
Or
do,
do
because
they?
there's no banner of command. I'm silly. I saw the Aegis of the Legion come in earlier, and so I was just expecting them to have the banner
Banner?
of command Baron cannon minion.
Hook coming out from Hellblazer, trying to lock up Milkshake. Knockout coming as well as the Silencer, trying to either fight him off, but it's hard to do when they have a CP just sitting there. So
God.
Into a file is making their file, and you know
These
that is a
tanks are...
dead Hellblazer. I think. Nope.
Nope.
Was able to walk away. I was close. That's a lot of damage that the Morgana pool can do.
Okay,
Oh,
that
Sprocket
is
coming
a
in.
dead
Oh,
hell.
and they saw him come in just a second. That was almost there. Ginger going in as well. Wobad trying to clear up as much as they can. That is a dead Milkshake. And Jaren has fallen over as well. Has joined
Man.
the ranks of the interns as well.
I mean, we spoke about how horrifying it must have been to be Wumple in the early game with General Sprocket just going off on Rengar.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give some serious props to Salas Gragas. He played it in both games. and it's just been monstrous.
Oh man, that is. Camouflare tried to make the play there, but was not able to do it just in time. A lot of damage coming out from Wumple and Lunas. They need to be very careful here. They're really low, and they're kind of overstaying their
It'll be
their
fine.
time. TP
Oh,
coming out
Luna's
from
TPing
Ginger.
back in. He's got home guards.
Oh, and the heal coming
Missed
out and just misses the suitcase. And the ult coming out from Joe.
They're looking at the game.
Get on the Wumple. Can he get onto him? Can he get onto him? And there he is. That is a. Nope. I lied. Almost, right? Almost.
Wow.
Pull back.
That's
Caught up.
that's the story of the mid and late game for General Sprocket. Almost.
Almost, right?
Yeah. How's the
I
saying
think that's
go?
a word of this game right now. Is almost.
Of all the phrases of book and pen, the saddest of all is "it might have been."
Man, really?
Jeez. I want to give some serious props to Wumple for coming back after being insanely focused early game. Don't die as I...
Right when you
Come
said that, right?
on.
Exactly. Uh-oh.
Caster
Oh.
curse, dude.
Is this
Oh,
it right
I
here?
guess they
Top
can't
buffet
end the
gonna
game
fend
now.
off the minions? I believe.
No, the Supers don't have it.
The Supers
This
don't
game
have
is
it.
going to go on for at least one more bye.
See? All they had to do was just let it, end. But apparently that was not enough.
Ooh,
Sprocket
Sprocket's
coming
gonna
in.
pick up some stacks.
There's at least a dead Helbizzle.
Nah. We're very bad at calling who's dead and who isn't today.
I'm just gonna say from now on, unless they're already dead, I'm gonna not say that they're dead. Cause
Yeah,
I've been
you just
wrong,
gotta
and
do
I feel like
the D-man and pause. Just stretch out your words until
Yeah.
someone's
They are-
either dead or made it out.
dead, not dead.
Oh god, Gragas has a Thornmail, Mundo has a Spirit Visage, and is working on a Thornmail. This is...
This game, right here.
It's a really rough day to be blue team.
Yeah, right. Hey, at least
The
it
only
looks like
question
they're having
is-
fun, right?
Yeah.
So
Playing Rengar has to be sort of fun, right? I don't play Rengar, so I don't know, but he looks fun. You jump on people and they
it's
die.
so much fun to play if you get ahead, but if you get behind, it's one of the most boring champions in the game. So
Yeah. My ult reads, you go invisible, jump in, and then die.
right,
Great ult.
the
Great ult.
moment you die, you at least get 1 or 3 kills. Or actually, it's
Yeah.
between 0 and 3. It's a crapshoot of how many you actually get. Third dragon going over Hands of God, the movement speed buff, the best one of the game.
Yeah. not the 5th dragon?
No, I
No?
officially am saying that the best one is the 3rd. Because
Okay.
no, I'm joking. The 5th dragon's definitely the
That's
best
your
one.
opinion.
I mean, come on. There's a reason why if you get 5th dragon, it's basically game over.
Yes. Oh man, jeez. Look at what Wumple picked up on this back. He finished both Last Whisper and just outright bought a Yomu's.
Oh,
He is penetrating so he's dead. Well, I
what were
just
you
need to stop talking
I
about
don't know.
Wumple.
Were you talking? I thought this was a 5v4 going on right now.
I should stop talking about Wumple. Very
Yeah,
sorry,
every,
Wumple.
Every time you're like, yeah, he's coming back after, not doing so hot, and he just ends up falling over.
Immediately blasted. Oh jeez.
The
Look at that
glories
wave
of
bot.
Rengar.
Got
Break
yeah.
square popped by Helbizzle there. They're trying to get this tower. Jaren is trying to save them, but Woback caught right into his team. Petrifying Gaze missed by Lunas. Doesn't really hit anyone.
Why are they-
It was mostly a hook. Wow.
There was no need to fight there. Your ADC just died. It was a 4v5. Just wait it out. Get Baron. Baron's up. You have 2 inhibs down. There's no reason to make your jungler die like that, because now you can't do Baron.
Yeah.
Because your
That's,
top laner didn't take Smite. This is the real reason you take Smite
Alright.
as the top laner.
I think
Because
we
when
have
your
to report
jungler
Ginger.
dies for no reason.
We have to report Ginger for not taking Smite. We need to
Yeah.
report him. I'm reporting him after this game. You know,
Can spectators do that?
I don't know, but if so, I'm doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. Okay, well, who
Baron.
even needs a jungler?
Oh, Jaren.
Nice too.
Spot. Sprocket coming in, trying to pick off someone, but they're ready. They even popped the red trinket, and that is a dead. No one is dead.
Oh!
Wow.
That is a dead no one! Look at the dead Rengar!
Oh man. I saw Hellbizzle drop, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna die this time. Nope, they proved me wrong this time. Man, so close, so close.
Ginger fight does no, the inhib's back up. You have to hit the inhib again. It's gonna be up in 5 seconds. There it is.
Maybe Hellbizzle will die from that? No. Man.
Hellbizzle, the unkillable Demon King.
Right? Yeah, he gets 5 deaths. Yeah. Alright, Ginger hitting on Nexus. A lot of damage coming from
Okay,
that, but
the
that
game is now over. They did it.
Yes. They decided not
Oh.
to go for the casual BM and actually end the game. And we ended with only 4 stacks on the Sword of the Occult.
Though he
Almost.
actually lost gold efficiency.
Yep, he lost gold off of that buy. He got up there. He almost had 15 stacks. He had 13 at one time. If he would have gotten the kill instead of the assist of when he got that 13, because he was at 12, he would have had 15 stacks, and he would have been worth. And I mean, granted, he had 12, so he was actually worth then, but still, almost had it. But either way, good game to both teams. That means Hands of God is moving forward to face Trismegistu next round. Fun game to watch. I love when I see Rengar go off and just make the enemy AD carry useless for half the
Yeah.
game.
I love when I see Mundo make Rengar regret choosing the champion Rengar.
Right? Yeah. Because I mean,
Karma.
as a Rengar, you can't really do anything against a Mundo unless you build like
Go Bork.
yeah, Borg, Glass Whisper, and even then you're still not going to blow him up because Rengar is so reliant on blowing up the enemy. But from that, we are going to end the stream. I hope everyone had a fun time watching these games as there is as much fun as casting the games. And we will be back next week with our semifinals of Hands of God versus Trismegistu and Breaking Bard versus Thunderducks.
Ooh,
Good night.
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, good games. All right, good night, folks. Have a good weekend.